Hello everybody and welcome to our new last game of episode 5 King of the Hill. Got here on the south side of Crossing in the Woods, having just won his last game against Luciano. It's going to be playing as the OKW, Von Ivan.
And in the north side of Crossing the Woods, we have the challenger, Mr. J4 Jet, as the UKF. Building a UC immediately. I was about to say something else, I forgot, but he didn't build a second section. He went straight for the UC. Northside Crossing definitely being the weaker spawn on this map. And I believe this is the first game for Von to defend his throne?
This will be.
Okay, so let's see if he can break the curse.
Interesting, I don't think we've had a king that's kept control of the crown today after taking it, so it's been a lot of switches today. But let's talk a little bit about this matchup, because we've seen this matchup from J4 Jet and Von Ivan quite a lot already in this tournament, and Jay, who has the potential to put on some incredible performances, hasn't quite delivered it when he's played against Von Ivan, so not sure what we're expecting to see in this game, to be honest.
Well, I mean, just looking at the face value of things, not even looking at the players, I'm kind of curious to see why Von went with OKW when he knows J4 Jet can play Brits, and Brits have a great matchup versus OKW on Crossing in the Woods. Like, it's definitely in their favor. So I don't know if he was expecting USF or something, or what the deal was.
I think Von likes making statements, you know. He likes he likes being challenged, and maybe he just wants to play with Goliaths. I think you know, he's one of those guys that likes to put on a show, and maybe he's found some sneaky spots for them on Crossing in the Woods. Who knows? Stampine is here, quite deep into enemy territory. Get a lot of damage off though on the Tommies, and Jay is slow to retreat. He's also not blocking with the Kubel. Negative cover there. Not the Kubel, sorry, the Universal Carrier. But
it's a pretty good Kubel.
yeah, sorry. complete faction mess up. But yeah, it was interesting. I mean, slow reactions there.
Volksgrenadier, ready for action.
Von just parked on the cutoff here. Not really cutting much off, just that one territory point. He's got to rotate over to the left side cutoff because J4 Jet's parked there on that fuel with the Tommy in the house.
I like that Jay is kind of alternating between fuel points at the moment, so even if he loses the one on the left-hand side and draws Von Ivan over there, he's going to be able to connect the right side pretty easily once he gets on top of his strategic cutoff. Universal Carrier is also still doing work.
Enemies trying to take a point from us.
It's a nice incendiary grenade there from Von Ivan on the western side of the map.
Yeah, Jay needs to be careful with this section. He hasn't retreated yet because he knows his retreat path is totally bonkered. I think he's trying to wait it out by forcing off a squad or two before he retreats. But if Von's paying attention, he could just really punish him for this.
Well, hopefully Jay would use the Universal Carrier to push around that squad, hopefully. But here's that retreat we were talking about. And we'll have a look. There's only negative cover across the riverbed there. Von hasn't turned yet to fire at the squad. But Jay is not going to be pushing with the Universal Carrier, so it's a bit of a duck hunt.
They're trying to take it.
Bolster infantry squads is up for Jay. Air forces off the section there on the truck side of the fuel. Von's practically taken over the whole map now.
Jay's just gone for that strategic decap through the center, and a flare has gone up, which we all know that means Von's made his commander pick. It's going to be Overwatch.
Post is finished and ready for use.
And, Overwatch, Resident Sleeper.
I really like this, you know, because on a map like Crossing in the Woods as well, especially with like a slow faction like the Brits, popping the Jaegerite infantry. In fact, I don't think they can pop out of buildings, can they now? So this point is pretty moot.
Right.
But they used to be able to pop out left and right. I don't think they can do that now, so perhaps not as powerful as I thought it might be.
A capture point is being overrun.
But we all know he's going to be going for those Goliaths, and one is already on the field. And Jay needs to be so careful.
Yeah, Vaughn actually instantly queued up the Goliath once he locked in Overwatch. It's already out on the field, headed towards the right side. Looks like it's just gonna park on the fuel. Good choice.
Heavy machine gun group are ready for action.
Oh no, this place. I don't know if that's the best place for it. Like,
it's not bad because he can like say start an engagement with a British squad on the fuel, and once it's forced to retreat, he can just run up to the retreat path and blow himself up. Oh, I think J4Jet may have heard that slight little movement. If he was paying attention on this side of the map. Oh man, here comes a moment of truth. Oh, this section's gonna die.
nope, actually.
I'm not paying attention.
Vaughn didn't even notice.
Come on. What a waste of 100 munitions.
Well, I think we're expecting a bit
From last week's amazing AEC destruction with the Goliath to an AFK Goliath the next week. Quite the turn.
Well, that leaves Jay with a bit of an opportunity to go and cause some chaos. Now he gets a nice flank on the MG. Doesn't really have much to worry about after detonating that first Goliath. And now he does also know to be a bit careful of that, so I might want to invest in some engineers.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Time to get some sappers. Jay's locked in Special Weapons Regiment, so he's going for Croc. Good idea versus OKW. Good idea no matter what, really. It's a crocodile.
It's a late retreat by that Tommy squad on the right. Von's body blocking there with the Volksgrenadiers, making it really hard for that Tommy squad to get away. The Stern Pioneers are opening up at close range, and look at this. Von's just like casually walking ahead. The Tommy squad.
This is what takes skill, not the go sandbagging. Doing the body block takes way more effort and coordination than blocking someone with
Jay also needs to be careful there of an overextended squad in the center of the map, and I think we're going to see the squad wipe from Jay. The Lukes is pushing up, and actually that Lukes may discover a Universal Carrier in a bad position.
There we go, section goes down. AC in production. It's almost out on the field, just another 15 seconds or so. But that 15 seconds is a lot of time for Lukes to do some damage.
Oh, Von certainly shot all of that down quickly. AC has arrived on the field. Von's building another Goliath. And as you mentioned earlier, last week we did get to see Goliath take down an AEC. So no safe space for J4Jet right now. He's gone for Special Weapons Regiment. Has the opportunity to bring up broad anti-tank rifles if he wants to. Here's the AEC chase of the Panzer II Lukes. Needs to be careful because the Volksgrenadiers can Faust, and there's two of them nearby.
UC goes down. Unfortunately, Jay missed one of his shots there on the Luke, so the Lukes does get away. Oh no, look at this Goliath here. Oh my gosh, this Pintel's gonna take a while to kill this. Actually, he's got time. Never mind. I misjudged that.
It's the way it kind of just reared up as it drove in, you know.
That was like 100% accurate versus the... I wonder if that's a property of the Goliath to like take every hit or...
Well, Volksgrenadiers closing down on the AEC. Jay has wasted this unit, to be honest. That was a real overplay when it really wasn't necessary.
Yeah, he's gonna eat a double Faust here.
And of course, OKW will be able to salvage that wreck as well, which I think Von is going for right now. That's going to give Von a little bit of extra fuel to get his tier 4 probably on the field.
I think Jay needs to cancel this section and call in Tommy Tank Hunter.
An infantry section of Tommies has been trained.
Too late now. Because you got no AT gun, just a measly sapper with a snare. Heat grenade. I think that's a wrap for our challenger after that AEC loss. Well, actually, that's not fair. Vaughn is known to make some interesting plays, so you never know what can happen with Mr. North American King.
No, well, we'll see what's in store. Jay, I mean, where is a lot of his army actually? Oh, okay. Actually, just hold up in the trenches outside of the base. Got a lot of ground to make. It's very soon
Vaughn
to be
just
under
chilling in the
cap.
house with a. Okay, there we go. 1% health. Volk's grenade.
There's that Panzer Schwerer headquarters, most likely. Vaughn's going to be driving that up. Either that will put it to the battle group for Human, which yeah, seems to be driving that direction. It's possible.
He's just trying to be safe on the concentrated fire operation. Actually, he has no indication of doctrine, so he wouldn't know to put the tier 4 in base so that he can't drop the artillery on him. Because that would be one plus side of just putting your tier 4 in your base, dealing with off maps, since you can no longer throw them at people's base sector. But it looks like he's just looking to go super greed mode and park the right side VP and fuel.
It's actually a really nice decision because it's Jay like isn't going to be able to go to that area without the AT gun, and that AT gun's always going to need to be following the loops.
Yeah, it's basically just going to funnel him to the left and mid the entire game. The rest of the game, I should say.
Von's got to be wondering, 12 minutes into this game, why haven't I seen AT yet? Why haven't I seen anything anti-tank?
That's what I'm saying. Jay's actually rebuilding his AEC. Counter almost got a shot off there, but Luke's backed up. Just in time.
Von's also desperate to get that Goliath. My question is, who's controlling the Goliath?
There's some random guy in the truck at the OKW base sector. He's got a controller.
It would be great if it allowed you to like steal the control. You know, like,
yeah, that would be sick.
You could find the unit with the control and then you steal it and use it against your opponent.
Yeah, he's just munching on some bratwurst right now while the Volksgrenadiers are radioing back in where to head for the Goliath.
Look at it.
Giving him a
bump that infantry guy out of the way. Oh, Jay is really overextended on the left-hand side. He needs to be predicting these retreat paths. There are a lot of units to go through. The Goliath is moving up for it. Oh, this is bad. This is really bad.
Damned enemies trying to take a point from us.
What can you do here? If you retreat, you're fucked. If you stay, you're fucked.
You can blow it up next to the stern pioneers.
That thing is so satisfying. It's just, you're gonna die. Just accept it.
Our capture point. They're trying to take it.
And AEC number 2 is gonna die just like AEC number 1 from a bunch of Fausts. I don't know what the idea behind the smoke was there, but
I think he was trying to stop the Faust, but the Faust was already activated and kind of on its way. Tier 4 there is just sighted for the first time. Jay immediately surrenders. There is no hope left. And Von, our only king for today, to keep the crown. GG.
Yep, GG.